taking a minute to populate here.
Yeah.
Come on.
See anything wrong yet.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, here we are. Okay. I believe I'm live here on Facebook. Yes, I am. Welcome. So happy that you guys are joining me for I Met Her Before launch party this evening. And I'd love to hear from you. So please chat, type in, let me know you're here and where you're coming from. I'd love to know where you're streaming it live from. We're here in Virginia, and feel free to type in where you're coming from. All right, I see a couple people here. Oh, hey, Regina. Good to see you. And Doris, hi. Welcome. This is my first time at this, lady, so, bear with me. Okay, I'm not really seeing anyone on Facebook yet. Let's see. People wake up there. Can one of you check if you're on Facebook?
Nothing's on Facebook.
Nothing's on Facebook yet. Okay.
I believe it's on mine. Yeah,
You
you're live right here.
I'm live on Facebook? Okay.
Sure.
All right, good. We've got, type in and see if it's working.
It is. There's 2 people in.
Really? Why am I not seeing anything on mine? Sorry.
Shelby Meyer's watching.
Awesome. Hey, Shelby.
Monica Diggs is watching.
Monica, hey. Someone's telling me because I'm not seeing you on my computer here. So I'm trying to figure out where you guys are. Oh, I see you now. Yeah, hey, Cheryl, Monica, welcome. Tasha, hey, girl. Glad you're here. Oh, yeah, tell me where you're coming from. Oh, I see. Regina from Suffolk. Hey, is that Denisha? Is that you? Awesome. Great. So happy. We're going to wait just a couple more minutes. So a few more people have popped on. I got this thing and close that down. Oh, share to a group. I don't want to do that. Okay. Hey. All right. Just a couple of minutes before other folks coming on. While they're waiting, I just want to thank those of you that are on for just helping me get the message out about my book. And we'll go more into detail. Yeah, thank you for those hand claps, Denisha. Appreciate it. And Monica, it's just so good to see you, girl. So happy to see you. Let's see who has that. Oh, Shelby from Norfolk. Okay. Hey, Renee. Good to see you. You said you were, oh, you're from New Bern, North Carolina. Awesome. Thank you for being here tonight. And Tasha, where are you from again? I can't remember. Where are you from? Let me know where you're from. Let's see. Okay, Goldsboro, North Carolina here. Awesome. Awesome. That's where someone says that's where my son lives. Oh, awesome. Yes, you're a good close friend, KJ. Yeah, awesome. Hey, Melvette. Wonderful. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So glad to see you. Jasmine, hey, girl. Awesome. Any more coming on Instagram yet? Not yet. Let me get started. I've got several people helping me here this evening. I'm so happy to have them. I have, let's see, my daughter-in-law's mama is going to be on here, Janine Perry, and she's going to do the introductions in a few minutes. And welcome, everybody. And we have a few, like I said, a few ladies here supporting us. So that's awesome. Awesome. I'm curious, out of all of those of you on Facebook, how many of you already read the book? So I can get an idea. Let me know if you've read the book already. And on Instagram, how many of you read the book already? Let me know. Give me a wave or something so I know, or a heart. Awesome. And Debbie. Okay, you're in Texas, right? Let me know if you're from Texas. I think you're in Texas. Awesome. So happy to see you. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, you just always call me Doc, don't you? Where are you from? Okay. Give me a shout out. Hey, Jasmine. Okay, you read the book. Awesome. So I know when I'm having this conversation, what audience I have. Okay, Regina, I see you, girl. All right, I'm going to give you some attention over your Instagram. I feel like I'm neglecting you a bit. Okay. Hey, Summer. Where are you from? Let's see. Any other people coming on? Okay, Tasha, you started today. Good. Oh, hey, Sheila. Aloha. Are you still in DC? Okay, Michelle, you're in DC. Got a couple of folks from DC. Awesome. A couple more coming on. Oh, your request. Now I've got someone. She joined view request. I don't want to view request, I don't think. Go on. Someone joined. Send a request to be in your live video. Okay. I'm not sure how to do that. I gotta silence my phone here too. Let me do that real quick. Let's see, anyone else? Oh, Denise from Annapolis, Maryland. Thanks, Denise, my Italy friend. Love you, girl. Thanks for coming on. Okay, we got a few. Oh. Okay. Taking me a minute. I'll wait. All right. Okay, are we ready to get started, Janine?
Certainly.
Okay, come on in, girl. Come over and sit. I want you to welcome Janine Perry. She's going to do the introduction and just, it's my good friend Janine. We are related. Our kids are married. So.
Exactly.
See the resemblance.
Don't we look like family?
Thanks everyone for being here tonight. It's such an honor to sit here with Chandra and welcome her into this wonderful world of writing. This is not her first book. However, we're very excited for her. So thank you all for being here. Just a little bit about Chandra. She's a wife, she's a mom, she's a Mimi to 4 beautiful grandkids, and now I have to put on my glasses so I can see exactly. So she's this beautiful writer, and she's a speaker, an author, a life coach, and a former decorated Army officer. And for me personally, a beautiful friend. For 3 decades, she has empowered women through conferences, healing retreats, and workshops. She is the recipient of the FBI Director's Community Leadership Award for her child trafficking prevention work. She is also the author of the memoir Tragically Taken. She is compassionate and full of spirit, and she stresses the importance of love when it comes to healing from past traumas and just love all around. She's just such a giving person. I've felt that for quite a long time. Like she said, our children are married, and
But they were together a while before they got married,
they
right?
were a long while. So we're so happy that they're together, and it's brought us closer together as well. So we've kind of connected our families together, which is wonderful. So she talks about past traumas and things like that. And that's what I met her before is about. And it's her healing process. It's based on, it's fictional, but it's really what she's lived through and what she's experienced. And I think it's wonderful that she's here to share that with us, because someone not as strong probably wouldn't be able to do it, but she's definitely a very strong woman. So if you ever need help in healing or just someone to chat with, she's one that you can definitely reach out to. So I met her before, is beautifully illustrates that there can be forgiveness, love, and healing when one is willing to work through life's challenges.
Thank you, Janine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't get all emotional, girl. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Wasn't that beautiful? Oh,
Oh.
it just touched my heart. Let me see. I've got several people. Oh, I've got Karen on. We're going to get back to some of these. I'm not going to cry yet. We still have the rest of the evening. And welcome, Karen, Doris, Bryce. Oh, welcome. So happy to have you. Oh, Summer said beautiful introduction. I agree. Beautiful introduction. All right, let's see. So, what I want to do a little bit is just talk a little bit about, some of you already know what the story's about. Others of you maybe, just learning for the first time. So, I met her before. It really tells the story of a woman who is living a contented, happy life, unaware of hidden trauma. And what happens is that until her adopted children are taken away, so she's living a contented life, her adopted children are taken away, and that trauma, that tragedy triggers and awakens memories of being sexually abused. And so she goes on this journey of trying to find out the truth and reconnecting with the child who had repressed what happened. And the reason why I wrote it is because years ago when I went through my own healing journey, there just wasn't any resources out there. Besides my therapist, there was no one I really could talk to or learn from. And it's really kind of a lonely journey going through something like that. And I just didn't really want anyone. I'm strong enough now, I'm well enough now that I can share my story from a place of healing and wholeness. And I just hate for anyone to go through this type of experience alone. And I appreciate my husband. He's a great guy, and he was there to support me, but he didn't understand, poor guy, what was going on, He says that, who are you going to be when this is all over? Or, you're going to be the woman I married, wife number 2 who's going through this breakdown, he saw a child emerge, or, who are you going to be? And I just said to him at the time, I said, I don't know who I'm going to be when this is all over, but I hope to be the woman God created from the beginning before all the wounding. So he claims he's married to wife number 3, and she's the best of all 3. So anyway. So, someone out here said 3's a charm. I always say 3's Jesus, So, but I hope that, I was looking at my notes here because I don't want to forget something here. So as Janine said, this book is inspired by my story. And I hope that Marcia's, her story, From Trauma to Triumph, will help other survivors, really, that are out there, know that they're not alone. And also, my hope is that they will see themselves somewhere in the story, in the thread of the story. And that will give them hope and courage to take that next step, whatever that step looks like in their healing journey. And there's something that's comforting when you're going through a hard time and you're not going through it alone. There's something where you draw strength from community. And I tell people all the time, so often we are wounded in family systems. And so healing comes in community relationships also. So, all right. So now I'd like to bring on my husband. You get to meet the man that said he's married to wife number 3 now. Wave to a few folks out here. Hey, John. Hey, Jill. Good to see you. I'm waving to a couple people. Let them know that any other on Facebook. Let's see. We've got new folks on. Oh, I got a few more on Facebooks. Hey, cousin Bernadette. Great to see you from Miramar, Florida. We have hey girl, my other cousin. Adrian from Atlanta, Georgia. Great. Hey, Tina. Oh, thanks for being on, girl. She works with, Tina has a wonderful organization in helping, providing an avenue, a pathway for survivors of human trafficking to heal. Love the work that she's doing. Hey, Doris. Doris, where are you from? Are you both on Instagram and Facebook? Is that another Doris? Okay. Oh, that's so funny. Inside joke. Okay. Oh, thank you. Hey, Casey. Wonderful. Awesome. Great folks on here. Thank you for joining us. So this is my husband, TB. Sorry I got sidetracked. He swears. I do all the time. But he swears that, I'm in love with my MacBook. So, but it's not true. I'm just on it a lot. So my husband, TB, retired military officer, 21 years. And then he just recently retired as an administrator after 20 years as an elementary school principal. So double retirement. So proud of him, his service to community. Yeah. Awesome. And he's my rock. Okay. I wouldn't have been able to get through what went through without his support and being that steady rock, And I kind of go up and down every which way, and the variety. What's it called? This saying that says, "I love variety." He just stays constant, but there is a method to that coupling together. And it just brings a strength. Oh, thank you for that. Congratulations. So he's going to get on and talk about, y'all want to know how the raffle is going to work, right? And what we have tonight. So he's going to talk about that. I'm going to let him take the floor there.
Well, thank you, Chandra. And Chandra was earlier today, she said, I need somebody to explain how the raffles work. And I'm like, well, I can do that. I have done raffles before.
Tons of them.
And the key thing is, if you want your name in the raffle, you got to enter some comments. And that's the only way we recognize who's participating. So if you're out there in video land and you're not responding at all, guess what? You won't get a chance to win this raffle. All right. But if you do have your little comments, then we can pick up your name and enter it, put you in the raffle pot. Okay. So, and we're going to have 4 raffles tonight. And we're in about 5 or 10 minutes, we will break for the first raffle. So to get your name in the raffle, you just have to have some comments on, and many of you have already entered. I think we've got a ton of folks already entered in the raffle, but if you have not responded at all, then you need to do so we can get your name in the raffle pot. All right. So
What are the prizes? What are the prizes?
What are the prizes? Hold on. She's going to put her hand up my back and going to tell me.
I am.
Well, we've got, I think, 2 $15 Starbucks gift cards.
1 Amazon, 1 Starbucks.
Okay, see? And we got a couple of autographed books we're going to be raffling off. And this is the book she's talking about tonight.
Yes, free coffee.
All right.
Coffee. Awesome.
Good.
Great. Great
All
job.
right. Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about the raffle. So the first question with the raffle, to go with the raffle, is this. And I'm going to have someone type in the, is she going to type in the, no, okay. All right. All right, the first question is, and we're going to type it in. We're going to type it in somewhere so you can see it. In the novel, Marcia's world shifted without her even realizing it. Past traumas arises and can spin you onto a different path more than you'd ever imagine. We all have experienced some level of trauma over this past year, haven't we? Right? So how have you coped? How have you coped with past trauma over this past year? Just put your answers in the comments. And the thing I want to share with you is, you'll be surprised on your answer. What you put in the comment can help someone else. All right, so that's what community is all about. Your answer and what you put down in the comments can help someone else that's listening. Okay, we're going to get that typed up. Is someone typing that in? Okay, someone's typing that in. And we'll have that draw in about 7 minutes. But in the meantime, I see Meg. I see you're on Facebook. Now, on Instagram. I'm going to see how to bring you in. Let's see, I've got 2. Hold on. Meg, can you ask to join? Is that how that goes? Or do I have to bring you in on Instagram? My husband and I have scheduled fun things to do on the weekends. Okay, so you answered. Okay, so Meg answers on Instagram. Some of the things that helped them cope is that they had helped scheduled fun things to do on weekends. And awesome. We do need to do that, in hard times. Sometimes I just kind of put on a funny video and laugh to get those endorphins going. So that's awesome. Okay, and I've got a couple people that got away Deep Creek Lake. Another person, Nikki, says walking outside. Oh, we've walked a ton, Nikki, outside in our neighborhood, and we're so grateful for a beautiful neighborhood to do that in. Okay, Liz. Hey, Liz, that's my daughter. Hey, gratitude from coming from California. Awesome. So happy you could join. She's in the Air Force and she works long hours, so happy you could make it. Okay, Shakila, attending church service spiritually helps you. Faith, these are awesome answers. Okay, Debbie says prayer, nature, laughter, meditation, exercise. Oh, awesome. Connect with family. Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying that during this time that has really slowed them down, right? And given them really opportunities to connect with family. Okay, awesome. Okay, so Meg, I was trying to bring you on Instagram. Do I need to pull you in or can you ask to be invited? I am not sure how to do this.
If you're seeing her, she's already on.
I know, but I want to pull her on live so her face is on.
With you?
Yeah, so she can be with me.
Then she has to
Oh, there's a view request. Let's
Yeah.
see. Go live with Meg. Here she goes. Hey, I'm learning how to do this. Hey guys, I'm learning how to do this. I got someone on Instagram. Let's see. Cancel waiting for Meg. Okay. Hey, beautiful.
Hello.
How are you? Hold on.
I'm stuck in traffic right now, but hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Girl, this is so exciting. My first time doing this. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so what I would love for you to do since you read the book, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I met you through Liz and through the PhD program at Regent. I'm studying, I'm in my dissertation phase in organizational leadership.
Awesome.
But really what matters is I have an awesome husband and a little boy named David who's 19 months old. So we just have been an appointment for him and heading home.
So it sounds like full life, right? Full life.
Full life.
Well,
For sure.
what I'd love you to do is to share a little bit. You've read the book. You're one of our advanced readers, and I really appreciated you doing that. And maybe the highlight for you, what the book personally to you on your journey.
I cannot, like I said in my review, I just couldn't put the book down, and that is not. I have to read a lot with everything that I do, and this book. Oh, you might hear David chiming in back there. He's a little. I'm going very, very slow, so it's
That's okay.
to talk.
That's okay.
I'm almost home, and but with the book, I really loved it because it just drew me in. I could relate with the story to some degree, but it was just how it was written. It was so vulnerable and authentic, but at the same time, so beautiful. It's a beautiful transformation story, and I just loved it. I was like cheering for Marsha the whole time, and on her side, and I just thought it was so beautiful. How her husband and everyone was rallying around her. And even though it showed the very painful side, of the transformation journey, it was so beautiful and healing, like healing for me in a lot of ways, and it just made me feel like I wasn't alone, with the things that I've gone through in life.
Advoice. Sorry, I'm listening. Oh. Can you do that when she's talking? That'd be great. Because I thought that was beautiful to hear how it touched you in your healing journey and helping you in the process. So you felt that it kind of helps in that process of, on this journey, ebbs and flows. And some people can easily get discouraged, right? Because they feel like, they feel like,
so discouraged.
Yeah, so discouraged. I went forward. Now this is happening. So, yeah, to understand that it is an ebb and flow journey, and that you are still moving forward, even while you're doing it. And ladies, you can put hearts on there anytime you want to too. That helps. We have a mature crowd here, so we're all learning.
Yeah, I know. I love this. This is fun.
We're all learning. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to hop on, to hop on and share. And maybe, was there anything that was surprising in the book to you?
I don't think it was surprising. What I find really beautiful of how God takes us through these healing journeys is that He knew whenever the whole adoption was taking place and how Marcia stepped out and the family adopted these children, but He knew what was going to happen, and He knew how that shit. Oh,
Was that your little one?
David, do you want to?
Hi, David. Hey, David.
He said, "Get me out of this car seat ASAP." But we're almost out, so it's okay. I don't think it was surprising to me, but it was just a reminder of how God prepared. He prepared Marcia for this.
Yes.
Transformational process.
Yes.
And even though, and how He's such a good father, although whenever he knew the pain was coming, but he never left.
Right.
In the process.
Right.
So I don't think it was surprising as much as it was just a really sweet reminder of how He's always there, even through the painful times.
Yeah, and we do need reminding, don't we? We're in the midst of pain, that He's there with us. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm so happy you joined us. I'm not going to keep you any longer because I know baby needs to come out of the car seat.
I apologize.
Oh, please don't. I told you I wanted him to come on, right? So thank you for sharing, Meg. I really love you, girl, and I appreciate it. Now, I guess you have to disconnect before, right? Okay. All right. Thanks, hon. Love you, girl.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You have a first raffle.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm getting cues over here. We have a first raffle winner. All right. Who is it? Oh, okay. Our first winner tonight. Who's getting let's see, what do we have on here first? Oh, a signed copy of the book is Denise Messinio. Denise, I never know if I'm saying your name right. I apologize for your last name. Messinio, I'm not sure. But Denise, you know who you are, from Annapolis, Maryland. You're the winner tonight. Thank you so much. I say we've got winner number 1. Thank you. Awesome. Yes, He will never leave you. Okay, let me see. Who else is on? I've got a few more people on here. Oh, hi, Pauline. How are you doing? So happy to see you. Beautiful. Some other people are talking about ways they got through things through prayer, reminding themselves of God's promises and protection. Awesome. Yeah, Denise, you won, girl. All right. We have another. Let's see where we are as far as time. Okay, we're doing pretty good. Does anyone out there have a question they'd like to ask? I'll give you a little Q&A. Anyone has a question? Hey. Hey, guys, congratulate Denise. She's our first winner tonight. Awesome. Now, if you win tonight, make sure you send us, DM me your address if you're going to have a book, and your email, because I'll have to send the, oh, I'm getting cued again here. That's right. We have something coming up here. You got to come on this side. I'll wait for you to get here. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. Where are you coming from, Kelly? Awesome. Who else? Oh, hey, Lindsay. Hey, Jill. I'm glad you guys can make it tonight. Awesome. Oh, I have a question here. Any other books in the works right now? Nope. This is one for a while. It's going to keep me, I'm getting a lot of podcast requests. It's going to keep me busy. But I have had the thought about Marcia and what happens between at the end, and she's got a time frame, number of years between her. That thought did cross my mind. So good question. Any other questions? Oh, we've got someone from Okinawa, Japan. Wow. Thank you for joining us. I used to pass through Okinawa when I was a kid. We'd, take the plane over to the Philippines, and we would stop in Guam, Hawaii, and Okinawa before we got to the Philippines. Wow. How long have you been in Okinawa? And I'm curious, how did you hear about this launch party, Kelly? Welcome. Yes. Do you know the ending before you start writing? Great question. Now, the two books I've written, the first book, Tragically Taken, was a memoir. So yes, I knew the ending, right? But this book, I started writing as a memoir. I met her before because it was my story. It was 3 years ago, but then I got stuck. And I had to go through all these journals. I was pulling out, I'm a writer, and I journal for years. So I'm digging through my journals, trying to figure out what I'm going to put in this story, which was mine at the time, the memoir. But then I got stuck because, you got to remember the right dates. Well, when I went through my healing, it's been over 20 years ago. So, you can't remember everything. So my editor suggested that I write it as a fiction. And I thought about writing it as fiction and never crossed my mind. And I tell you what, it just, in my spirit, it just felt like that was the right thing to do. And it did become easier. I wasn't sure how I was going to end the story, though. So I didn't really know how I was going to end this story. And so that's a really good question. Do you ever have writer's block? Oh, yeah. That, I think, is just, now I am not what you call a prolific writer. Those writers that just can seem to pump out these books, and I don't work that way. I don't just sit down and write. Sometimes lately, at this stage in my life, when I'm riding my bike outside, I'll get thoughts, and I'm grabbing my phone and trying to get talk texting, which can be dangerous. But I am not what I consider a prolific writer. I'm more of a speaker than I am a writer. So speaking comes easier for me than writing does. I would love to know that too. Okay, how do you overcome writer's block? Oh, okay. So the question is, how do I overcome writer's block? Sometimes for me, staying with it and trying to write, it doesn't work for me. I have got to change scenery, whether I'm getting outside, do something different, take a pause even, if necessary, and come back fresh. So it's not something where I can just force through if I just stay here and write. But now I will say there's some writing exercises you can do that have been helpful. Like I would just light a candle, and I would write maybe for 3 minutes straight, whatever downloaded in my head. And it doesn't have to be what I'm writing about, just anything. And I would just write that down, whatever was flowing, for 3 minutes straight. Don't worry about grammar or anything, because I'm one of those people, when you start writing, I'm trying to self-correct, and that's just stinks. Trying to self-correct when you're trying to write. You just need to brain dump it. So that's one thing. Oh gosh, someone says here, and then I'm going to get on with the next one more. I'll take one more question right now. Here's someone asks, do you have, where did the question go? Do you have any political aspirations to help the cause for stopping human trafficking and creating more resources for victims? Well, I did work for 7 years. I ran a nonprofit raising awareness on human trafficking, child sex trafficking. And I trained educators, police officers. In fact, we were one of the first organization 10 years ago here in this region. So I did that for 7, 8 years. And I worked with those people to help provide a resource. I didn't do that. I felt called to do the raise awareness, the training, that part of it. So yes, I did was heavily involved in that. Okay, so am I do we do where are we in the program?
Time for another question.
Oh, my husband says it's time for another question. Okay, so the next
For
question.
them, not you.
Yes, yeah. This is for the next drawing for the raffle, ladies and men, gentlemen, because I got a few men on here. The question is, question number 2 for Amazon gift card is, trauma can sit dormant inside us for years, silently undetected. Even the smallest thing could be a trigger that sets you into waves of PTSD and anxiety, much like Marcia's journey, and I met her before. In situations like hers, where trauma does arise suddenly, what resources do you turn to in order to find healing and stability? So that's for people who started reading the first chapter and possibly the book. So when, and you can apply it, we're talking about sexual trauma here, but you can apply it to other traumas as well. When the trauma arises, what do you turn to in order to find healing and stability? Now remember to get your name in the pot. Honey, you need to come and say this. No, he needs to say it again. My husband's coming to remind you how we're doing this raffle. What do they need to do again?
You need to comment. And you guys are doing a wonderful job with that. We got a bucket load of names already in the pot.
Awesome.
We're getting ready in a couple of minutes to do the next drawing. And this will be for the $15 gift card to Amazon. Okay.
All right. Now I hear, okay, I see something here. Maybe dashboard option. Okay. Someone did ask a question here. Hold on. I don't know why. Here. Sorry, I'm trying to work this, trying to figure out. Look at that. Okay, here someone says, one of the answers I got from that question was they go to therapy. And I'm going to say amen to that. Okay? Therapy, a good therapist is a gift. Can you win more than once? That's Denise. No, you can't. Sorry, Denise. Your name is out of the pot. But you can still participate, girl. Okay, so where was I in the question? Oh, yeah, someone says the answer to that question is how they find stability and going through trauma is therapy. And I just want to share personally about myself. When I was going through it, I thought going to therapy. I mean, it was just something, it didn't cross my mind because none of my family went to therapy. It was never modeled. And so I was just trying to fight it through myself, do it all on myself. And my husband looked at me one day and said, you got to get your ass some help. Just like that. Yeah, because, and I'm still trying to, hunker down, be the strong one and everything, trying to do everything myself. And I couldn't. And I'm so thankful that God brought me a wonderful therapist. She's in heaven now, and she is cheering me on because she told me years ago when I was going through this, she says, you need to write your story. You need to write a book about what you've walked through because it's going to help many people. So here we are 20 plus years later, and I can just hear her saying, yes, it's about time. Okay, so we have, here's some other answers. Okay, so Denise, who said, she asked, can you try, can you win twice? She says she can't help her, but she don't blame me for trying. No, I don't blame you for trying, girl. Okay, so talk to spiritual leaders, yes. Counselor. Hey, there's another one, wine. There's an answer here. Let's see. Oh, okay, now there's a question here. I want to go back to Instagram. Someone asked, what were your emotions when you finished the book? That's really interesting because I almost was not disconnected because I was connected, but I was writing in a way from a distance. I had so much healing. But at the end of the book, when I was reading, final edits, and now I'm reading through the book, was overcome with this emotion at the last scene with Marcia in the healing, what Jesus did for her. I was so overcome. It was almost like I relived that of his goodness and his miracle that he worked in my life. And I released so much emotion there. So it was very emotional, but in a joyous way, if that makes sense. Oh, hey, Brooke. I love you, Mimi. That's from my grandson, Elijah. Oh, time for another winner. How is the time? Oh, we're getting there. All right. All right. This is winner for raffle draw number 2, right? Okay. Amazon gift card. Who's the... Oh, we've got someone in here. Cheryl. Cheryl, you guys just pop in for a second. Cheryl's taking photos. We know each other for a long time. Our boys grew up together. Hold on, girl. Let me see.
Hi,
This is
thank you.
Cheryl.
Amazon, my
she's
favorite.
she's taking photos. Thank you. So awesome. Oh, here we go. I should have him come on to answer this question, Monica. Monica asks, I'm curious, what behavior were you displaying that made your hubby recognize that you... He's jumping up. He's jumping up already.
Jumped right.
Okay, let me finish. Okay, all right. So the question, I got to read the question because everyone needs to hear this. I'm curious, what behavior were you displaying that made your hubby recognize that you needed more help?
Well, I'm glad to answer that one. When you're constantly coming home from work after a hard day's work and you're finding your wife in a fetal position and the kids haven't been fed, they've been neglected for most of the day, and then you've worked pretty much the whole day, and then you come home and find a train wreck. So that's when we really figured out we needed to find someone to really help, because we both were, it was beyond the capabilities of both of us to have them on our own. But you had to be adult enough to really recognize that and not keep hiding things under the rug and stuff. But that was something that really shook us up for a while. But when we got the right help, then it really paid off greatly.
It did. You know, he jumped out of his seat to answer that question, ladies. Let me tell you that. That's a great question. And someone needed to hear that on this. I really believe someone needed to hear that. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. So we have the winner. Okay, awesome. I just want to answer a couple more questions. I have a comment here. It says, congratulations to all fellow survivors. You went from victim to survivor. Thank you, Bernadette. That was beautiful. Hey, Ashley is my daughter. She's on. I'm just now seeing you. I'm so glad you can make it. Okay, and then I have a question here. Someone says, Tasha, who's a counselor therapist in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and one of her answers, suggestions is 12-step group for survivors, a trusted friend, acknowledge their story. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. When someone comes to you and says this happens to me or whatever, the first thing that you need to do is validate them. Just say, just that listening, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Whether you understand, just validating whatever they're sharing with you to say, I am so sorry that happened to you. I'm here for you, and that is huge in a survivor's life for someone to do that, because so often we have kept it silent, and when you look at, I think another thing that propelled me to write at this season, I feel like this season of time is perfect for this book, because when the Me Too movement came out and I saw thousands, hundreds of thousands of women coming out and giving voice to their silent trauma, I was like, the Lord was saying, it's time for you to tell. It's time for you to tell. And what I saw was that first step. They're saying, this happened to me. And that is the first step in healing, is to say, to give voice to that. But that's the beginning of the healing journey. And so what I wanted to provide in my book with some possible pathways to recovery, to healing. And a lot of people think that, just because they finally say, I was sexually abused, they feel that now they're really kind of healed because they've said it, right? It's a huge step, though, because you've been silenced for so long, but it's just the beginning. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Nick is hey, ladies, I had a great, between Abby and Nick, they were great doing all my graphic and my posts and stuff like that. I want to give them a shout out. And thanks to see you online. And he's graduating. Congratulate Nick, he's graduating from college today. So happy to see you. Oh, awesome. Say, oh, is it possible? Here's another question, then we're ready for, let me know, third question. Is it possible to forgive your abuser, and can you heal if you can't forgive? I want to just sit here just for a second, because if you haven't seen it, I posted on Instagram and Facebook a thing about forgiveness of my dad. For most of you who don't know, I was sexually abused from the time I was about a year and a half till I was 16 years of age by my dad. And I had no memory of that, compartmentalized until my mid-30s. And in my mid-30s, I had a trigger that brought on all the memories to come flooding back. So they call it dissociative amnesia. And so that becomes a shock to your system when you have no memory and you've told everyone your whole life, including your husband, that you came from a perfect family and everybody was there for you. And then you crumble and have a mental break and come to find out it's not. And then you say, well, who am I? Because how could I forget all this stuff? And so then you go through a journey of putting these fragments together. And that's fragment memories, that's possibly alters where you've split even. So it's just been an amazing journey. And I have to say, I thank God for the amazing capacity of the brain and the ways that we cope. Those are huge coping mechanisms that help us to survive. But in time, when we become adults, they no longer help us, they hurt us. They hurt us in our relationships and dynamics with our partners and things and our children. So we need that healing so we can have healthy relationships with family and friends. So I don't know, I think we got a next question, my husband keeps saying. Next question. All right. This is for the third draw for the signed copy of the book. You're all taking notes until what, right? Okay. So the question. Thank you. They got my back. So for the third drawing, the question is, this is for those who've read the book. In what ways do you relate directly with Marcia's healing journey? For those who've read the book so far, or maybe even just the beginning, chapter 1, in what ways can you relate to Marcia's healing journey on a personal note? And remember, you have to type it in your comments if you want your name put in the pool for the drawing. Oh, I forgot about the forgiveness. Did I answer the question on the forgiveness? Okay, she's nodding her head. All right, so the thing on the forgiveness, I believe that years ago I purposed to forgive my dad. That doesn't mean I go see him, I speak to him. I haven't spoken to my dad in over 30 years. But I believe that's in the journey of healing, but it's not the first step. I think we can get in a lot of trouble when, especially as Christians in the Christian community, often we tell people right away when they come out, well, you just need to forgive that person. That's not what you need to hear. That's not what that person needs to hear. What they need to hear is, it's not your fault, I'm here for you, and let them take that journey as much time as they need. And it's still a choice. It's still a choice. It was just maybe 2 months ago, my husband had asked me, have you heard from did one of your siblings tell you anything about your dad? Now, I got irritated with him when he asked me that question, because first of all, he never asked me that, and that sibling knows not to engage me with my dad. And I thought about it. I said, I really don't feel like I have a heart transaction yet. And I went to bed with that on my mind. I had this dream. Now, God speaks to me a lot in dreams. When you read the book, you'll see at Marcia, there's a lot of things that happen in dreams and her healing and stuff and her restoration. But in this dream, I was waiting for a baby to be born. And but at the same time, there were some complications with the baby. So I went out asking the nurse, and the nurse says, "Oh, the baby's fine. He was born. It's healthy." But she says he's not going to make it. And I knew she was talking about my dad. And so I said, I stood at the door where I knew he was in the hospital bed. I stood at the door and I said, "I'd like to go in and see him. I'm ready now." And I walked in. There was a figure of a person in the bed. I sat down for a moment, paused, and I slipped my hand in his and I said, "I forgive you for everything." And when I said that in the dream, I began, this bitter sob came out of me, and I woke up out of the dream in that state. And I'm sobbing and sobbing and sobbing awake. And I go into I didn't want to wake up TP because it was kind of loud. And I went in the bathroom and I was just saying, "I let it go, I release, I forgive." And I came back to bed and I woke him up because I wanted to share. And I had all this release. Now, I really feel a divine, miraculous transaction happened. And I thought it was interesting. It's been over 25 years. That's when it's come for me. But I didn't spend a lot of time trying to forgive. I think it's something divine that happens. We can make the choice to forgive, but I personally don't believe we have the capacity to really forgive from the heart, something like that. It takes something divine to help us. And it's a choice. Oh, another. Oh, we have a winner. I'm so excited to announce our winner. I hope she's still on. Melvat Scott is our winner for the signed book. Melvat, we got a book. So everyone congratulate Melvat. Awesome. So happy for Melvat. Hope she's still on. Either way, I'll just kind of say congratulations. Put her on there. I was going to say she says, awesome. Hey guys, get on and congratulate her. That's awesome. All right. All right. Did I answer your question a little bit, Davis? Oh, yeah, she's there. Hey, Melvat, I'm glad you're still there. All right. And this is going a little faster than I thought it was going to go. Let me see. Any other questions before we... I've got a couple questions here. All right, now here is Meg says, "I relate with Marcia's dream life. I appreciate her courage to lean into the pain and experience healing." And that's really, you're in pain already. You're hurting already. And I always say to people, how long do you want to hurt? Because you're hurting already. It can be released. So it's a choice of how long you want to hurt. Because either way, it's hurting. If that makes sense. Awesome. And let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So someone asked, not only forgiving your father, it must have been difficult forgiving your mother who might have known. Yes, it really was. Very hard journey in doing that. And sometimes it's not just one time. It's like childhood and then adulthood, and so it's
Could be harder.
Oh yeah, it's harder. My husband says it could be harder. It's harder when you're an adult dealing with some people, but, and I just think we need to be real with it, right? Oh, okay. Bye, Debbie. So glad you could be on. Let me see. Anything here? Oh, someone asked, did you always want to be a writer? It's funny you should ask that because I was given a journal in the 5th grade by my teacher. And I journaled, but it was always superficial, like what I'm doing. I never really journaled internally until later in life, especially when I had my breakdown. Then it was like, what journaling did for me, I kind of wrote my way to healing as I could write the things I was so ashamed to speak. So that's what journaling was cathartic for me. And, but I wrote in that journal, one day when I grow old, I'm going to write a book. and I was in 5th grade. And I had forgotten that for years. And I found that journal like in 2004. And I had just published my first book, and I opened up the journal, and I'm like, oh my God, that was prophetic. So yeah, I guess, that was in it, but I'd forgotten. So sometimes we have those dreams inside of us, and I believe they're God-given dreams and what he created us to do, and we forget them or they get buried because life is tough, hurts, and different things. And so I always tell people when I'm coaching, especially they're in transition, I have them go back even to childhood. What was fun for you? What did you love to do? Think about that, because a lot of those skills and those desires are still there and can be brought out in your adult life into a passion, a profession you never thought of before. Awesome. Thank you. That's a great question. Let's see. Any other questions here? What's on Facebook here? Hey, Nancy. Good to see you. So happy that you're on. Oh, hey, Brooke. Brooke is saying my grandbaby Miles, who just turned 1, is blowing me kisses. Oh, that's so cute. It's so cute. Oh, last question. 4th question. The raffle draw is for a Starbucks gift card. All right. Where did it open? I gotta figure out where it is. If you're a member of a book club and you think that your club would like to read my book, let me know in the comments. I'd be willing to participate virtually in your discussion. So participate. You put your comments down there. If you know any book clubs or anything like that, I would love to come in and participate. Hey, Elijah. Tell Elijah I said hi. Awesome. Yeah, he does. Oh, it's so cute. Anything else? Any other people? If you're a member of a book club and think you're, oh, thank you for putting that post up there. Great. Anyone here? Let's see. Oh, I've got to scroll down here. I forget. Sorry, folks. Let me. Oh, hold on. Someone says having a supportive spouse and friends half the battle. Yep. Oh, let me keep scrolling down here if I miss anybody here. Our book club is reviewing your book in June. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, I know Propel Group that might be interested. Awesome. Awesome. Any other comments? Oh, 2 more comments here. Okay, I'd like to reactivate my book club. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Someone right. I think that healing others with your work was cathartic. I really feel that when we go through something and we learn and we grow through that, the comfort we receive, we comfort others, right? No matter, like you see how the cancer awareness, how they support each other, survivor awareness. And I have to say for myself, this is the first time I've been in the community. Oh, honey, I need you to, sorry, battery in my bag. Thank you. My computer is going on E. We don't want to get cut off here. No, over there. Sorry. On the side. I got a cord. We got to plug this in. It's pretty long, so I think. Just give me that end. Other end. Other end. No. Jeez. He doesn't do much with technology. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. So we'll contact my book club. Thank you. Awesome. Really want to get this out in the book clubs. Just received your book. Looking forward to reading, feeling, and learning. Thank you. Love that guest. I don't know your name, but I'll say love that guest. Thank you for joining this evening. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, us, we want you. Oh, this is cute. Okay, let's see. My husband. No.
Oh, right there.
Can you get it for me? Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, so our last winner tonight for the gift card is Joan Vaughn. Congratulations, Joan. So happy. Oh, we got another winner, Joan. Congratulations. Awesome. So glad. Now I have to tell you about Joan. Joan we're related through marriage. Her daughter's married to my son, and Joan has helped me so much in working with my book. She's an excellent editor, and she read my manuscript when it was rough. And so, so she's really gave me construct advice and everything. So love you, girl. So happy that you're on and you joined. Let's see who else is on here. Oh, I love the gifts. Thank you. Thank you. Where are we as far as time? Oh, oh my goodness. Time's up. Last question. I'll take 2 more questions if anyone have any other questions. I think I've tried to answer most of them. I love all of you. I'm so happy that you all came on and joined me tonight. It just fills my heart. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I did one more thing. That's right, I did want to say one more thing. Forgot. All right, so now that you've been on and you've heard a little bit about the story, this is how you can help get the message of this book out there to people who need it. Amazon is really funny. They will help push my book out the more reviews I get. That's just how it works. So it's so important to read the book. And if you've read the book already, or at least a third of the book, if you can get your review in the first 3 days, because that's when they really populate it. So you don't have to read the entire book to write a review, but they do recommend at least reading the third of the book. So these are the 3 things that you can do. Write an Amazon review, well, read the book, of course, but write an Amazon review and post it. Take a photo of yourself holding the book, or even if it's on your Kindle or your phone, take a picture of you and post it on your Facebook, Instagram, any of your platforms of you holding up the book. And if you want to do a video, some people say, I want to do a video. We'll do a video and then share that. And then the last thing is tell a friend. Tell someone that you think that might help, need this book, that might need some support. And so those are the 3 main things that you can actively do to help get this message out there. And I just appreciate all of you, because I can't do it, by myself. And I do really feel that it's a book noteworthy, not because I wrote it, but because of the message that it gives, and it gives hope that there's healing. No matter what you go through, there's hope, and God can heal us everywhere we hurt. He really can. So that about sends a wonderful time. Thank you for joining us. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Love you guys. I'm so glad you enjoyed this evening. I did too. Love you all. We're going to sign off. Thank you. Good night.